And welcome to the 2020 Democratic National Convention. And so we choose to act, inspired by the three sacred words that breathed life into our nation.
Hello, America.
Good evening. I'm Congressman Jim Clyburn, here in historic... Good evening. I'm Congressman Jim Clyburn, here in historic Charleston, South Carolina.
Let us find strength to do the work. Thank you, America.
What? I'm sorry. I must have nodded off. I started off trying to watch the Democratic debate, and I don't know, I must have just slipped off into la-la land. Oh, man, how long was I asleep? Oh, okay, throughout the whole... Okay, yeah. See, because when I first started off trying to watch it, I couldn't really get into it because I said to myself, how fake can these folks be? I mean, they didn't even sound genuine on the opening. You know, let us all come to... Wait, cut. Am I releasing and showing all of the true evil in me? I'm not able to sell it? No? It's not coming across believable? Okay, I'll try it again. Yeah, it was just a horrible opening. But you know what? Now that I'm up, I'm going to try to go ahead and bear through it. Let me get focused. Maybe I need to go take an Adderall or something. Throw back a couple Mountain Dews, some Red Bulls. Because, I mean, it's going to be a long night. Anyway, all right, let's get to it. I'm awake. I'm ready. Okay, just a second.
Current federal government is dysfunctional and incompetent. It couldn't fight off the virus. In fact, it didn't even see it coming. The European virus infected the Northeast while the White House was still fixated on China.
Okay, so I managed to stay awake to, at least catch a couple, statements from some of these people. So I'm going to attempt to go one-on-one with most of them, starting off with you-know-who. Fake behind Cuomo, talking about some President Trump divided us. He let the epidemic, the pandemic divide us and all of that stuff. Now, that's absolutely crazy because, see, I remember this dude throughout the whole time praising Trump and all of those things. I mean, yeah, I'm getting everything I need from the federal government and all of that stuff. And somehow, I guess, all of that reaction time and resources and ventilators and stuff that came wasn't good enough for Cuomo. Sending in the big old ship for all the folks, the overflow that never came, that wasn't good enough for Cuomo. But see, here's what really gets me about that. This man got the nerve to get out there once again. Internet keeps receipts. This man has the nerve to get up there and criticize the president concerning his reaction to COVID. And yet, he's the one that shuffled all the elderly folks in the old folks' home, resulting in many of them dying. Somehow he left that out in his little monologue about President Trump. The hypocrisy when it comes down to the Democrats has no bounds, none. Let's check out the next person. And another thing concerning Cuomo. I'm sorry, I know I was supposed to be going to the next person, but I had to hit y'all with the PS. Yeah, another thing concerning that double-barrel shotgun nose having Jay-Z nostrils, big old tires on his face, look like they put two tractor-trailer tires right up to his face, can barely see his eyeballs beyond his nostrils. Matter of fact, you might be able to see his eyeballs through his nostrils. That's how big his nose is. That dude had the nerve to call the virus the European virus. Now I'm thinking to myself, well, where'd that come from? The European, did they just change that up? I don't get it. So wait a minute. It's offensive for us to call it the Wuhan virus, but it's okay to call it the European virus, right? I mean, and it's cool too for the Chinese to say that we gave them the virus, right? We got to be sensitive to all of their feelings and stuff, but they ain't got to respect us. They can just go ahead and come up with stuff and say America gave them the virus, along with Cuomo, who is now throwing all the European countries, I guess, under the bus. What? No outrage. Nobody talking about racism and xenophobia, and because he said that, we're all going to go attack all these European restaurant owners and people walking around because we now think that the virus came from Europe. Now, let's move on to the next person.
I'm one of many who voted for the current president, Donald Trump.
I've been a Republican for all of my adult life.
A lifelong Republican.
Republican, a lifelong Republican.
I've been a long-standing Republican, and I'm telling you, you got to vote for Joe Biden.
You can't fake that kind of a smile. He was genuinely happy to see these kids and to spend time with them. It's easy to lose faith in humanity, especially today. There's a lot of polarization. Leaves a lot.
Is it that nice? All of those bootleg, sorry Republicans, I don't know where they all came from, but they was talking about how they lifelong Republicans and we got to vote for Joe Biden. And then the one guy comes out and says, I mean, he was genuinely happy to spend all that time with those kids. Let me think. Oh, I bet he was. Now, did the internets keep all those receipts? I'm pretty sure he was like a kid in the candy store around all those kids. He was like, man, this is better than Disneyland. I'm loving it. No, Secret Service, go, get out of here. You guys take the day off. I'm going to hang out here at the playground, yeah, that's where I saw this cutie. He's hitting us with the old school, at the playground. So I'm sure Creep, Sleep, Slop, Slime loved being around the kids. Dude's talking about, and look at that smile. You mean those veneers? That's what you're talking about, those paid for teeth? The ones that he could barely keep in his mouth every time he comes out? Yeah, I can't wait to see him give more speeches. And what I found to be shocking is that for the first night, I don't even think Joe showed up. I mean, did they pre-record appearances of him? Did they send a stunt double? I mean, was he asleep deeper than I was when I started off watching? He probably got the stocking cap on, knocked out. But you hear all of these fake, phony wannabe or has-been Republicans. I mean, come on, you're not impressing us by going and digging up a couple bootleg Republicans to say, yeah, you got to vote for him and this and this and that. Anyway, it is what it is. But let's move on to the next person.
Many of the ideas we fought for that just a few years ago were considered radical are now mainstream. Joe will rebuild our crumbling infrastructure and fight the threat of climate change by transitioning us to 100% clean electricity.
Now, did y'all hear old man Bernie talking about he will rebuild our infrastructure? And a few years ago, it was looked at as radical, but now it's mainstream. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not mainstream, old man Bernie. Only folks who think that is Alexandria Cortez's crew. All of them. And a lot of the young idiots just running around the United States talking about socialism and calling Trump a fascist. They buy into stuff like that. But my gut tells me, folks that's probably a little younger than me and up, still remember the days before you guys started infiltrating our society and downplaying the effects of socialism and the effects of communism. They still remember that. I mean, back in the day, they used to teach us in school, don't even flirt with it. Don't flirt with communism or socialism. You couldn't even talk about it. The feds will show up at your crib if you talk about socialism just a little too much. They didn't like that stuff. But of course, since the subversion took place and throughout the Democratic Party and y'all trying to slide it in under our noses and tell us everything's cool, we are now seeing through it. So I don't care how much they try. to say, well, you know, sleepy, creepy, sloppy is actually a moderate. No, he's not. See, because Bernie just spilled the beans. Spilling the beans, Bernie just told us what's really going on. That the agenda is still in effect. All we did was just switch the vessel. Instead of it coming from him, we're going to use this stuffed animal, Joe Biden, and stuff him, not with cotton, but with all kind of socialistic ideas and policies. Thought you can get away with that one, didn't you? Let's move on to the next person. Did y'all see that fake, phony, coordinated clapping session? Whoever coordinated this boring performance, I'm sure was like in the back with the big old sign like, applaud, hurry, please. You know, I mean, they could have made it look a little more original. I mean, it looked like all these folks was nodding off at the wheel like me. And then, yeah, clap everyone. What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks so fake. But see, that's a reflection of the Democratic Party. No one really loves Joe Biden. No one loves Kamala Harris. And so the claps have to be manufactured. I'm surprised they didn't, you know, kind of add in a couple, you know, extra claps with, you know, in editing. All right, yeah, we need to boost up the clap sound, okay? Because I don't think nobody has the energy, the excitement for Joe, none of that stuff. Unlike us that support our president. See, here's the difference, and it's going to hurt them deep when it comes down to voting, and that's why they're trying to push this whole bootleg. We all need to mail in our votes because of COVID. So we're going to show everyone how mad we are about them not allowing us to mail in our votes because of COVID by going and protesting all together without even adhering to social distance, you know, rules and regulations. We're protesting about that as we violate the social distancing. So if you could take your butt to go protest about voting and mail-in voting, then you can go and vote. That's my thought. So they have to rely on these type of bootleg tactics to motivate their folks, which they're not going to motivate them with that. They would just use that to, you know, how to mess around with the votes, make it unclear, leave suspicion. Oh man, a sack of votes just fell out the truck somewhere. I don't know where it came from. You know what they're trying to do. You know it's already the setup because they know that none of these folks voting for Creep, Sleep, Slop, Slime and Kamala Harris really love them. It's a relationship of convenience. That's what it is. But unlike Trump supporters, when he rolls up on the scene, nobody has to have the applause sign up. We applaud him because we love our president. First time in my lifetime, a president that I feel truly loves the country. Now let's move on to the next person.
And 4 years ago, too many people chose to believe that their votes didn't matter. Maybe they were fed up. Maybe they thought the outcome wouldn't be close. Maybe the barriers felt too steep, whatever the reason. In the end, those choices sent someone to the Oval Office who lost the national popular vote by nearly 3 million votes.
And I think I'll end with Michelle Obama chastising all of those Democrat voters who didn't come out for crooked Hillary, I guess. I think that she thought that just because Hillary Clinton said that she was, you know, cool with Obama and black folks, I think Michelle thought since Crooked didn't even go on a real campaign tour and skipped all types of cities, I think she thought just because Crooked showed up on a pander tour at all these different black organizations talking about hot sauce in her purse, I think she thought just because Pander Bear Hillary Clinton brought in Jay-Z and Beyonce that all these folks was just gonna rush out there like, man, I tell you, she sure is hip. I think she thought just because Crooked showed up at black churches and she changed her dialogue. I once heard someone say, I don't feel no ways tired. And all those ignorant black folks sitting there got up thinking she was sincere. Yes, hallelujah, praise him. I think she thought that they would just come out on GP. See, but when you don't have a platform, just like Creepy, Sleepy, Slop, Slime, when you don't have anything to motivate folks to come out, except for a horrible record and talk of racism, sexism, xenophobia, all that stuff, no one's coming. No one's going to come out and vote for that type of platform. It's not inspiring. Just telling folks that Donald Trump is evil and y'all should have came out and voted for Hillary and now Joe, just on principle, just on that fact alone, it's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut nothing but the cheese. That's all it's going to do. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't really believe in the policies of your candidate, if you don't connect with your candidate, because nobody's connecting with Joe right now, including Joe. Right now, the Joe we used to know is like, hey, where's the old version of me? I can't see him anywhere. I can't even connect. And the new version is going, what? What's my name again? I don't even know. I'm about to be the president. You sure? Okay. All right. I remember. It was me and popcorn. Wait, it was popcorn or corn? You know what? I don't care. Just tell me what to say. Yeah, that Joe don't even know the old Joe. He's not connecting with himself. So what she's trying to do is motivate all these folks based on accusations of Trump being disorganized. And he's not compassionate enough, and he don't show enough empathy. And it looks just totally disorganized. Could that be the efforts for the last 3.5 years of the crooked, stinking, dirty, funky, no good, two-faced, backstabbing, snagger-tooth varmints in the liberal media, painting a narrative of chaos and, you know, all this stuff is going on in the White House, and President Trump can't spell on Twitter, and he eats lots of hamburgers and all of that stuff? Could it be all of that that is creating this narrative that things are chaotic? Because, see, I don't see it that way. I see a president that takes control of the situation. Fair, balanced, well thought out, practical, logical, reasonable. I see a president like that. But what I don't see is anybody being motivated to come out and vote for Creep, Sleep, Slop, Slime and really believe that this dude is going to bring back our economy from COVID. He's going to step in and solve this whole pandemic issue. The same man that called Trump a xenophobe for shutting down the border. The same man is giving nothing but suggestions that Trump already did. The same man that his only suggestion recently is, well, you know what? We're calling for a mandatory mask wearing of everybody on the whole United States, no matter what they're doing. So now if I'm down there scuba diving, I guess I can't even wear the mask to breathe. I got to put the other mask on because I don't want to give all the fish COVID. And I don't want Joe Biden to send whoever it is down to get me for not wearing my mask, because, see, he's okay, I guess, with defunding the police. So now who's going to enforce this stupid law that he is trying to push? Social workers, perhaps? Does his voters know about that? Have they all put 2 and 2 together that this man and his policies makes absolutely no sense? Nah, they ain't doing that. And that's why they keep voting for these folks, because they never do. And until they stop and piece it all together and realize it's a game to the Democrats to continue to stay in power, they will continue putting these idiots in until they wake up one day and say, whatever happened to all of my rights? That's what's going to happen. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. That's my analysis of the DNC's, I guess, powwow that they had. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be coming to y'all with some more details as I sleep on it. Okay? Now, before I nod off and turn that back on, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Check me out every Wednesday night live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, my radio blog talk show. Check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, click on the link below. Put Kevin in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. Also, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link below the video to do that as well. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and the Instagrams. All right, God bless. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Let me go ahead and turn this off for a minute, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the whole, you know what I mean. Every time I think about it. Matter of fact, I might have to put together a montage and sell it to those that are suffering from, you know, insomnia? Listen, are you one of those people that can't sleep at night? Have you tried everything? Well, if you haven't, try watching the DNC's, I guess, rally or whatever you want to call it. Trust me, it's a hoot. It'll put you right to sleep better than an Ambien. God bless. Take care.